I migrated here in Australia way back in October 1987 when I resigned from my job in the Philippines, which is I'm an active member of the Philippine Air Force. And it was 1987 when we arrived here after the EDSA revolution. So I am aware of the situation at the time, that the situation of the country is very much volatile and the future of my children and my family is at stake. So, but in the same token that I was also thinking to stay in the Philippines to develop my career as a military officer in the armed forces of the Philippines. So it was how many years? 27, 25 years already. And it's not easy to migrate in another country because you have to start all over again. And at the same time, you have to network with other Filipino communities and registered with the Australian government for other services that you want to avail of, and other things that necessary to sustain your livelihood here. So it's not easy, but we know Filipinos are hardworking, dedicated, and law-abiding, and can integrate easily to the mainstream. And that's how we develop our career here. And from an Air Force officer to a sweeper in the railway, I do menial jobs which we normally not doing in the Philippines, because if you are an officer and a gentleman, you have staff to work with. But here in Australia, there is always dignity in labor. There is always pride that what you are doing, because this is the thing that inculcated in our mind, that we can be proud Filipinos while overseas and maintain that integrity and dedication to the job that you are doing. It's a nice opportunity that we were able to migrate here, establish my own family, establish my own business, and work with the community and help other people to share the blessing that we have. Because it is you share your blessing so that other people may be able to succeed in their own endeavor. Before I went to the railway, I was employed in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, you know Kentucky Fried Chicken. As an assistant store manager, I learned how to do the chicken that to sell chicken. And I'm also with the insurance company. But at the same time, when I was in the railway, I was developing my business, which is the travel business, which I started way back in 1991. So we arrived here in 1987, and after 4 years, we were able to establish Zignal Travels, and now one of the successful travel agencies here in Australia, in New South Wales, because we are always a top producer sa Philippine Airlines in terms of productions and sales. Alam mo, yung Philippine Community Council is the peak organization here in Australia. It started way back in it is our 22nd year of doing community service in the here in Australia. But our activity is not only limited here in Australia, but also helping our kababayan in the Philippines. We have programs. We called it PADER. If you know, PADER is Philippine Australians Disaster Emergency Response. Na pagka mayroong disaster sa atin, we activate our PADER program and we raise funds, and whatever funds that we raise, we send it to the Philippines in cooperation with other government agencies or non-government agencies. And the last time that we had, that Undoy, the Undoy is it is started by the Australian Philippine Chamber of Commerce, but it is one of the affiliates of Philippine Community Council. So we raised about more than $20,000, and we sent it to the Philippines through Rotary, and we were able to give 3,500 school bags all over the Philippines, just to help them. And our assistance is not only limited to the Philippines, but also when disaster is struck here in Australia, we have the Shine concert that we raise about 17 or 20,000, and we send it to the Queensland government. So our activities is helping mainstream Australians and also our kababayan back home. And we have also a scholarship program. This is one of the opportunities that we do because you will help young people to develop their skills and become a contributor to the society. Alam mo, kami mga Pilipino dito sa Australia ay natutuwa sa pagdalaw ng Pangulo dito sa atin sapagkat nakita namin yung kanyang dedication at saka yung kanyang transparency na gusto nating, yun ang ating ipinaglalaban na mawala yung mga corruption sa atin. And for the last 3 years or 2 years na nagsaserve sa Philippines, he was able to turn around the economy of the Philippines. And one of the significant achievements that President Aquino established is the signing of the peace agreement between the MILF. Because I was a testament when I was in the Air Force, I was a second lieutenant serving in the armed forces in that region which is conflict between Muslims and the government. Kami ay natutuwa sapagkat nakita namin yung kanyang dedikasyon sa pagsugpo ng corruption at saka nakita natin yung kanyang transparency na linisin ang gobyerno.